So you don't understand why women can't just be plain and say that they want you instead of having you jump through hoops for clues. Well, here's the fact. Across animal species, males typically initiate mating, while the females simply decide to accept or reject those advances. That is nature, and it is not going to change for you. But here's another interesting fact. Studies have shown that when someone is genuinely interested in another person romantically, their voice tends to change. They may speak in a slightly higher pitch and use a softer, more intimate tone without even realizing it. So here's nature again providing you a solution to the problem. And you know what? That's not the only clue to tell when a woman wants you. In this video, in fact, we'll be looking at 10 of those signs. She loves stealing glances at you. When a girl loves you, you might discover that she wants to see you. But she doesn't want to be seen. It's just in their nature. And if you're anything like I used to be, you might think it's all in your head, but it's not. Love sometimes makes women good at sneaking peeks. So next time you notice her eyes on you from across the room, let her enjoy her little undercover mission. And who knows, she might be plotting to steal something more valuable than your attention. She subconsciously parts her lips when you talk. Have you ever been on a date with a girl and while you were talking she suddenly parted her lips? Almost like she was in a trance. She may even have that dreamy look in her eyes. At that point, you might be forced to ask if she's okay. Well, she's more than okay. But she wouldn't tell you how okay she is because it's quite embarrassing. Well, if you ever experienced that, congratulations, man, she's in awe of you. As far as she's concerned, you're the prize, and she really digs you. As kings, this is how you want your woman to feel about you. She blinks more than normal, and her pupils get bigger. Yes, when she's thinking and blinking more around you, it's like she's trying to send you secret Morse code messages in the language of attraction. And if her pupils dilate during your conversation, it's not just because the lighting's good. It's because you are doing something right, and she wants to see it all. As they say, the eyes don't lie. So while she won't tell you how she feels about you, her eyes will, and this is how. Her friends treat you with respect. You should know how women often talk about their love interests among themselves, so you can definitely tell where you belong based on the way her friends treat you. If they treat you with disdain, or worse, nonchalance, just know you are rarely in their conversations, and when you are, it's probably for the wrong things. But if they're all suddenly extra nice to you, then there's a high chance that she's spilled the beans on having a crush on you. And when your crew gives you the thumbs up, it's like you've passed the friendship initiation exam. The toes, touches, and turning game. So you saw her in public, you both made eye contact, and she flashed a smile at you. That's cool, but it doesn't say much. Okay, watch the direction of her toes. They show where her interests lie. If they're pointing right at you, her feet are giving her away her little secret. It's the walk-up invitation signal. She's subtly telling you to approach her. This is a subconscious act that she might not even be aware of, but that's not all. So maybe you caught up with her at the coffee shop, and during your brief meet and greet, she touched you in 5 different places. Then she goes to sit with her friends, but she turns her chair in your direction. Dude, she has given you the green light. Make yo move. Watch out for the jokes. Everyone loves to laugh, and every laugh might show who we love. When a girl's into you, she might try and make you laugh, but that isn't the giveaway. Did she say a joke and then wait, watching to see if you would laugh? It's a super sneaky moment. It's like a ninja joke check. That's a good sign that she wants you and she cares enough to want to see you laugh. But the reverse is also a clue. When your dad jokes or ancient memes become pure gold to her and she's giggling and smiling, that's a good clue that you've got her heart. While you're going through the journey of self-improvement, you need the right guidance to efficiently level up in life. All the different aspects of self-improvement are brought together in the 0.1% blueprint. The name already gives it away. You're going to have access to all the information that'll drastically transform your life. Since the gym plays a critical part, we included an advanced gym program that's fully customizable to your needs. If you're ready to take that next step in your journey, click that link in the description down below. And every laugh is another confirmation of that. Now that we're halfway through the video, why don't you hit that subscribe button to support the channel? Do the same for the like button if you're really enjoying the video. Alright, you done? Let's get back to the list. She loves to reveal her neck. Nowadays, lots of women are flirty, so this sign can be a little tricky, but once again, look out for the context. When a girl tilts her head, revealing her neck, it's a secret sign of attraction. But watch out, it's because she's so comfortable around you she doesn't mind exposing her delicate parts, right? Or maybe she's just a normally flirty girl who loves to tilt her head regardless of who she's talking to. Now, if she's that kind of girl that's not flirty, but she does it more than once around you, then she could be making an exception for you. That's the kind of girl you should be after as a king. So take the hint and let her understand that you understand. But watch out for other nervous habits like face touching, hair playing, or fumbling with her hands. Those are her telltale signs of I'm excited, but I'm a little jittery. She mirrors your gestures. This is another subconscious act that women do when in love. It's their mating instincts trying to bond with you. When she starts copying your moves, it's her trying to see if you would copy her feelings by making your move. Classic, but sneaky. Mirroring is her way of saying, I want to be your shadow. She might also start using your favorite word, almost like she's found your keyword. Mirroring your body language or stealing your word stash. It's a fail-proof sign that she wants you. The only thing is, you should make sure that you're not confusing gestures that you both have in common with her trying to mirror your ex. So make sure the gestures or words are not things that she normally does. The damsel in distress strategy. This is the classic office attraction story. She's a coworker who suddenly seems to have forgotten how to do basic tasks. Heck, she even forgets how to take off her heels when she comes visiting. Please, be a gentleman, help her out. If she's too short to reach something or can't grasp the remote, it's her not-so-secret code for, I need your help. She knows that guys have this inbuilt protector mode, so she's making sure that you get the memo. It's like a little theater play happening right by your side. So before you roll your eyes at her tech struggles, remember it's all just a part of her grand plan to be your damsel in distress. She tries to make you jealous. If a girl wants you, you might see her around more guys. Not a particular one, but just random guys at random times just within your view. This is not so common among girls, but it happens. It's probably because you seem to be in control every time and she's just trying to rattle you. When she starts talking about other guys like they're her new besties, she's just testing to see your reaction. Your jealous reaction. It's her way of saying, you in or out? It's like a romantic chess match. She's testing the waters to see if you're up for more than just friendship. But like all these signs, you need to watch for context. Is she normally around guys all the time? Well, if so, then that's not a clue to follow. Look, you don't want to be like those guys who watch a video like this and memorize all the signs to figure out women's interests. Here's the deal. It doesn't matter who says it, doesn't matter what they're talking about, it ain't that simple. Social cues, especially the ones related to attraction, are like a puzzle. They're complex and subtle. It's not about spotting one thing and assuming somebody's into you. You need to consider the particular situation. For example, if you're at the bank and the friendly lady behind the counter looks you in the eye and smiles, that's not necessarily a sign of romantic interest. It's just good customer service. Everyone does it. An anomaly in this case would be if she's overly flirty, like playing with her hair or touching your wrist. That could definitely be a sign of interest. The main key is, whatever sign she's displaying, ask yourself, is that what she usually does, or what she's expected to do? If not, then you can take the gesture as a true sign. I hate to say it, but we have to discuss this because sometimes, my friend, we find ourselves in this conundrum. So, dude, what's that lady's game? I might ask, and what I hear 90% of the time is not encouraging. You hear things like, I don't know, dude, and she's been my friend since 4th grade. She even helped me get over my ex. Your inability to know if she likes you or not is your fault. She's trying very hard for you not to know. She smiles when she's around you. Personality is deceiving, but your ability to decipher normal behavior from a prompted one will do you good. I'm sure you've heard of a chick that's always haughty and arrogant to boys, and those who ever attempted to ask her out were disgraced publicly. Then that one guy comes along, and though they're just getting to know each other, she smiles at him and acts differently. That is the point I'm trying to teach you, my friend. Regina, your crush, acts differently. She doesn't smile with boys when you're not around, but once you are with her, she switches up and she starts to smile. When she smiles around you and it's unlike her nature, It's almost certain that she likes you. It's not a character trait she wants to show, but your person is pleasing to her, and she cannot help but be nice to you. Your presence brings her joy and genuine happiness. It lights up her demeanor, and her eyes tell the story of her heart. As your tutor, I must emphasize that you pay attention to this subtle sign and be able to tell the difference. She laughs at your horrible jokes. I met the king from the movie, Shrek, and I told him men of his stature are in short supply. The crowd is quiet and trying to understand what you're trying to say. And there in the crowd is this lady who is laughing hysterically, and some people can't just tell what she finds funny about your joke. Now, this might not be the case for most of you, my studs and able men, but this should give you a little perspective of what I'm trying to point out to you. You're not a comedian, but sometimes you tell good jokes. But, there are times when your jokes are just not good, man. And when Anita, that lady that you've been feeling uncertain about her feelings towards you, finds it hard to separate your bad and good jokes, that's a sign she likes you. Very few times do you find ladies laughing at bad jokes. But when Anita laughs at them all, it's a sure sign that a damsel is into you, even if she doesn't want to show it. She talks about you a lot. This character is complicated to point out, my friend, but not to worry. As I told you earlier, I got you. Remember that time you left your guys in the room with that lady friend of yours, and when you returned to the room, she left. You guys told you she would not stop talking about you? Or that one time when you didn't show up for school and your friends told you she was constantly asking about you? Of course, to get this kind of intelligence requires a little bit of digging around, but I assure you, as a renowned advisor of yours, it will pay. It will. Aside from your friends, she has friends. So when you ask around, you can gain more clarity as to how much she talks about you. Her friends will be willing to tell you how much she does talk about you. I had this girl come clean to me one time and told me that she couldn't stop it. I didn't know what to do with that information, so when you get such information from her friends and siblings whom you bribed with some beer, I have to say that it tames your uncertainty. Make use of that info. She texts and she tries to keep in touch. I have to tell you a secret that I only have reserved for the alpha males. You're not the only one interested in her. You are not the only one interested in her. If you've ever gotten really curious and prompted to ask a lady who would be classified as a 7 by you, how many guys would ask her out on a weekly basis, you might be really shocked at the number. And this happens every week. She says, on a slow week I get like 6 to 7 boys collecting my number and reaching out. And on a fast week, I get up to 15 dudes asking me out. Such figures might leave you perplexed, but it's not that far from the truth. That lady that you're unsure of has at least 4 dudes asking her out weekly, and that is enough for her to forget about you. In spite of those factors, she still checks on you daily, calling and texting to see how you're doing. That is a sure sign that she likes you. A lady only cares for what she values, and you, my friend, are valuable to her. She might not want you to see it, but I've just given you X-ray goggles, so use that wisely. She believes in you, and she's always there for you. A lady who believes in you when nobody else does is one to make a move on. I might be going out of line to say this, but trust me, it's a piece of excellent advice if you are an alpha male. In a world filled with doubters and naysayers, the best blessing you can ever wish for is a lady who believes in you and is there for you. For all of you, those times when she turns up for you are different. She helps you with your presentation, helps you do an assignment you're behind on, or takes your dog to the vet when you're sick or too busy to do it yourself. You have to understand that ladies are wired to waste themselves on who they care about. Otherwise, they don't really care. As alpha males, you all must have come in contact with ladies who are very selfish and don't care about you. Isabel's acts of selflessness stem from the fact that she cares about you. Isabel likes you very much, or else she would be at home with her friends, or probably going on with one of the other guys who collected her number at the mall when she went to get groceries. Wisdom says it is good to strike when the iron is hot. Such acts as observed by experts will last for a long time, but don't be tempted to relax. We've always had 24 hours, and it's never been enough, so make use of yours wisely. She gets nervous around you. When Danielle is around you and she gets really sweaty, she perspires and her hands become slippery or she's gotta go pee. Those points are a bit exaggerated, but they're not far from the truth. In this class, I always make a point to explain. But with this point, there is nothing much to say. Different ladies act differently when nervous, so as an alpha male, I implore you to observe how she behaves when you're not around. An example of nervous acts is when she acts clumsy, touches her face a lot, fidgets, has an increased pace of breathing. When she acts nervous around you, it's not because you have a gun. Indeed, you do have a gun, you schmuck, but it's because she has feelings for you. Some experts believe she acts the way because she's afraid of how you'd react if she found out she had feelings for you. Make good use of that tip, boys. She knows a lot about you, including the untold. Point 7 might seem like a lie, but girls are really crazy when they discover what they like. That is a significant sign of a lady who's in denial of liking you. I once saw a lady tell a guy his likes and dislikes, what food he loves, even his allergies. Most of this information she has about you, you didn't tell her. That was obtained from research and observation. She stalks you online and gets hints from all your conversations. It's a sign of how much you mean to this girl. You might not know how much she knows about you until she slips it into a conversation and leaves you surprised. When that crush of yours tells you more than she's expected to know about you, that's a sure sign you are her incurable desire. Get jealous. Jealousy's a bitch. I just coined that now, it's me. First time it's ever been said. As an alpha male, you get ladies throwing themselves at you and you always have a lot of stuff to say about a chick. As much as Danielle doesn't want to show it, she displays a tinge of jealousy when she's around other ladies, especially when they are more beautiful than she is. Or when you talk about them, you hear questions like, who was she? Why were you smiling so much with her? What was she saying to you? These are signs that are infallible that she loves you or likes you. This information has been given for your discretion, appertained to its application. It's up to you to decide whether you're going to ask her out or not. Click on the following video for an upgrade on understanding ladies. Adios.